What's up, everybody? It's Carrie. Hope you guys are doing well. I want to do a quick video today about discussing how do you make the decision, when is it right for you, is it even right for you to transition? So what basically led me to want to do this video is I had a person comment on one of my earlier videos from years ago relating to my story of being a lesbian and not associating with my chest, but not in a place of transitioning. And then as they watched a couple more of my videos, they also commented, "Oh, I see that you did transition," and then deleted the comments. So I thought it was really important and probably a good idea to discuss kind of what leads to that and how everybody's opinions and everybody's decisions are made differently. And when you come to them in your own thought process and your own discovery, when you come to them, what that means for you. So if you're new to my channel and you've never seen any of my videos, or if you've been following me along forever, you know that I started this channel about, over 3 years ago. And the reason that I started this channel was just to document, at my age, to document a person of the LGBTQ plus community and their journey to top surgery. That was my whole purpose at the time. At the time, I identified as lesbian. So the first few videos on my channel are really related to a butch lesbian not wanting to have a chest and being dysphoric around the chest. And the more that I did videos and the more that I did my own research and I watched more videos is when, I don't want to say it was a revelation because it wasn't a revelation. It's something I've known my whole life. But I finally came to the point where I admitted to myself that I am indeed a trans man and I wanted to transition from female to male. What I don't want to ever do with my channel is to confuse people about any people, regardless of your state of your journey or transition. I don't ever want to confuse people about that whole thing of flip-flopping between, wanting to be a man, wanting to be a woman. There's enough confusion and enough uneducation, if that's a word, in this world already that's wrapped around what transitioning is, and gender identity and gender dysphoria and how a person feels. So I don't ever want to ever confuse anybody about my own personal journey and how that relates to your personal journey. So I thought the best way to do that is just to do a quick video to explain to you how I came about my decisions that I made for myself. So for me, I've always known, deep down inside, I've always known that I was supposed to be a male. I knew that from the moment, I can't say the moment I was born because what do we know when we're, that young, but I knew from a very young age that I was not supposed to be in the body that I was in. I knew God made a mistake and I should have been born a boy. I knew that all along. So there was no questions about that. But I didn't know what that meant in my journey through life. I had no clue what that meant. I didn't know what transgender was. I barely knew what gay was. I didn't come out as a lesbian until I was 25. So I look at myself as kind of a late bloomer. But that being said, I didn't come across this decision lightly. So in past videos you can watch on my channel, I do tell my story of how I came about to where to the point that I wanted to transition. I think that or at least for me, I reached a point in all of my research about top surgery where I was like, this is the next phase of my journey. I don't regret anything that came before. I don't regret being 50 and starting my transition. I don't regret that at all, because all of the experiences in my life led me to be exactly who I am today, right? The core of me is the same, and I want everyone in the world to know that. Whether you transition or not, the core of who you are is the same person. You might be affected. Some people are affected a little bit differently when they get on different hormones, but for the most part, you are you, right? The heart and soul of you doesn't change because you get hair on your face. or because you remove hair from your face, that doesn't change the person or the character or the content of the person. So what I wanted for people to understand is that this is my own personal journey, and how I came about the time frame was how I came about the time frame. I do believe that the universe works in mysterious ways, in some ways that I will never ever understand, right? But what I do trust is that the universe knows best for me, and everything happens in the perfect time and space that it's supposed to. What I do know is that the LGBTQ plus community is huge, and there is room for all of us, and I hope even people in our own community understand that. We've got to stand together, and we've got to support each other. If we do not, as a community, how in the heck are we going to ever educate the world, the rest of the world, to look at us as just part of normal society, right? So we have to be the people that are standing up for each other in our own community, so that everybody sees that and understands that we are all one, right? We are all one, all of us, we're all one, right? There's no separation between any of us. We just live different lives. That's really all it is. But it's all inclusive, and we have to support each other. So to make a decision at some point in my life doesn't mean that it's new to me and I never thought about it, and I'm just gonna transition. I just realized that I should have been a guy. If you talk to anyone in the trans community, anyone, and even in the non-binary community, they could say the same thing. Actually, anybody in the whole LGBTQ plus community, they'll say the whole thing. They will say the exact same thing, is that it's not a decision they made lightly or something that they came to out of a whim. It's something that they've known, it's grown inside of them, it's part of who they are, and they're now finally expressing who they are on the outside. So now their outside is matching their inside. I have a community of trans brothers and sisters that I am close with, and some of those people 100% want to medically transition, meaning surgeries and hormone replacement therapy, and they want to do that, and they consider themselves trans. And then I also have people that are in my circle that consider themselves trans that have no desire to have surgeries or to get on hormones. And none of that is right, none of that's wrong. Everybody has their own story, and they have their own journey, and you feel a certain way about yourself and how you want to present that. Period. So there's no right way, there's no wrong way, right? There isn't. People are just people, and we have to allow people to just be people, right? And in that allowing, what we have to do is give space and be kind with one another. People come to their own realizations when they come to their own realizations. That is the very bottom line, period. There's no timetable. There's no check marks. It is such an independent and individual journey and decision-making process that only you can make. Only you will know when's the right time to do it. And the rest is the rest, right? So all I'm going to say is that allow people to come to their decisions whenever they want to. I'm also going to say that I don't ever want, just in relationship to my channel, I don't ever want to confuse people with the direction that I went in. That's not my purpose. It never was my purpose. My purpose was to document someone at my age going through some sort of life transition, right? So that's what I'm doing. And people have to understand that I will never judge you for the decisions that you make in your life journey. And I'm asking for the same respect to not judge me in my decisions, because I don't make those decisions lightly, and I take them to heart, and I look for guidance when I do that, and all of that makes me 100% me. I'm just all me. So that's it for this video. I hope I didn't confuse anybody any more than they already might be, because that was not the point. But what I do want to say again is thank you so much to you guys who have been supporting me all the way through all of this stuff from day one. My friends, my family. I love the new people that come on my channel and that engage with me in conversation. Please continue to do that. I think that's the only way that we continue to educate the world, is to make sure that we are communicating as a community, and then we're communicating to the world. So thank you so much for all of the support. If you are not already a subscriber, you know I'm going to ask you to become one. Click that little notification bell, share it, like it, love it, leave a comment, all that good stuff. I am praying that everyone has a wonderful summer, and I look forward to talking to you all very soon. Peace.